One back, we're just going in numerical order, the same as we did for the heel horses. Number 36, that's Colton Claussen on Oaks Lucky Crime. Here comes Lloyd, that's 4-year-old, owned by Taylor Cherry of Crooked Creek, Alberta. We are live on Facebook, the World Wide Web, the 2021 Fall Classic on Facebook Live. Well, we're going to be 776, 72.5 from judge number 1. Judge number 2 is going to be 73, 73, and a 73 through your time score. A 218.5, 218.5 for Colton Claussen and Oaks Lucky Crime. We're going to go to 37, 37. Here's Dawson Graham on Pep Smart Gunner. Shooter is back and been to a ton of rodeos. Here's your multi-event horse. Only a 5-year-old. All right, Dawson Graham doing the head and brother Dylan on a Betts quarter horse on the back end. 6 flat, 604, 6 and 04. It's going to be a 75.5, a 75.5 from judge number 1. Judge number 2 is going to be a 75 and a 74 on your timed score for a total of 224.5, 224.5. We're going to 38. 38, here's Tayl Fueling, she's almost right. Owned by Doug Jones of Lucky Lake, Saskatchewan. Izzy is a 5-year-old mare. Yes, sir. On a stronger one, they were 8-5 and 4. 8-5 and 4. Judge number 1 is going to be 73.5. 73.5. Judge number 2, 74. And your timed score of 62 of that barrier, it's going to be 209.5, 209.5. Hip number 40, we're watching Clay McNichol on Cutie, hanging with a Cutie. Like this one, 6-year-old mare. Here's your Shining Spark, Top Sale Cody. How about it, Okotoks, Alberta? Going to be a 710, 710, 74.5, judge number 1, 74.5. Going to be a 74 from judge number 2, and a 73 on your timed score for a total of 221.5, 221.5 for Hanging with the Cutie and Clay McNichol. 43, Cody Potts and Diamonds and Dinero, Hillbilly Hollows, Little Joe. 5-year-old mare. PC Frenchman's Heyday by Sunfrost. Diamonds and Dinero. Hillbilly Hollows, one of our major sponsors here today. Dylan Graham on the back end, going to be a 682, 6 and 82. Good run. How about a 75.5 from judge number 1? 74 from judge number 2, and a 74 on your timed score for a total of 223.5, 223.5. We're going to go to 46 now. Here be hip number 46. Cash Bonnet aboard Boy Wrangler Lark. We're looking at Joe. 6-year-old gelding. Vaughn Lena Starlight by Vaughn Starlight by Vaughn Reminick. Cash Bonnet on his 5th one. Logan's going to put a leg out of there. It's going to be a 682, 682 plus 5. 73.5, 73.5, judge number 1. 74 from judge number 2. And a 69 on your time score for a total of 216.5, 216.5. We're going to 47. Over the page, 47. We're watching Kyle Wilson aboard JT Rising Sensation. Here comes KW. Owned by Von Warken. We're watching a 4-year-old incentive head horse here, friends. $862, $862. It's going to be a 75.5, a 75.5 across the board there for this one. And a 72 on your timed score for a grand total of 223, 223 for JT Rising Sensation. hip number 47. We're going to 48 now. Here comes Kenton Fawcett aboard Lena Drift Bars. Cheddar's back with us, the 6-year-old gelding from the Fawcetts. Yes, sir. Going to be a 750, 750 clean in the field. Judge number 1 going to be a 75, a 75. Judge number 2 going to be a 75 as well. 73 on your timed score for a total of 223 for Lena Drift Bars and Kenton Fawcett. You Want a Rum, brought to us from the Wedmans, one of our major sponsors here today. Kyle Faco aboard You Want a Rum. By Sonny's Hot Rum, by Sonny's O'Buck, by Sonny's Nightshade. You got Skip Zanpar showing up on the bottom side there as well. On the top side, Skip Zanpar on the top side. Here's a 5-year-old. Well, with a leg in there, they're going to be a 937 plus 5, 937 plus 5. It's going to be a 72.5. 72.5, judge number 1. Judge number 2, a 73. And a 66 on your time score. 211.5, 211.5. 54 is going to be Dawson Graham aboard Wana Checks, owned by Dylan Graham. We've been watching this horse here all day long. Started off in the heeling, and now we're in the heading. Back in the 5th round of the heading. 6-year-old gelding, been to the jackpots and rodeos down the road at the CPRA level already. Well, they're cleaning the field. It's going to be a 625, a 6 and 25, along with a 74.5 from judge number 1. 74 from judge number 2. 74 on your time score. 222.5, 222 and 5 for the Grahams and 1 checks. We're over to 55, hip number 55. We're going to watch Andrea Fox's Unleash the Bar. Here's your APHA registered 5-year-old gelding being ridden today by Brett Buss. The barn name is Hennessy. Kind of a cool name right there. Hennessy, don't hear that much. Well, there it be. It's going to be a 905 and 905 clean in the field. Judge number 1 is going to be a 72.5. 72.5. Judge number 2 is going to be a 73. A 73 and a 71 on your timed score for the grand total, 216.5, 216.5. We're going to jump ahead to number 58. Cash Bonnet, I Am Steady, part of that I Am line. From the bets is it Bashaw, I Am Steady, but I Am Still Smoking, but I'll Smoke You. 6-year-old gelding. Well, it's going to be a 6 and 05, 6 and 05 for Cash Bonnet and I Am Steady. Going to be a 75 from judge number 1, a 75, a 74 from judge number 2, and a 74 on your time score for a grand total of 223. 223 for Cash Bonnet and I Am Steady. 61, we're watching Kyle Wilson aboard Maple's Running Money. Going to be that 6-year-old gelding from Von Warken. Here's the JB Cables Runaway that was bred just down the road here at Stettler at the Neats Ranch. Well, it's going to be a 750, a 750 for Maple's Running Money. A 75.5, a 75.5 from judge number 1, a 75 from judge number 2, a 73 on your time score for a grand total of 223.5 for Maple's Running Money and Kyle Wilson with Von Warken. We're going to go ahead to 62. Here be Cody Potts aboard Vito Corleone. They call him Levi. Hillbilly Hollow's got a trailer full here today, and boy, they've been good to watch. We're watching another 4-year-old. 4-year-old gelding. Brought to us by one of our major sponsors here at the Fall Classic, Hillbilly Hollows. Well, they're clean in the field. It's going to be a 760, 760, 72.5 From judge number 1, a 72.5 and a 72.5 as well. From judge number 2, you got a 73 on your time score for a grand total 218. 218 for Vito Corleone, Levi, and Hillbilly Hollows. We're going to go to 64 now. '64 watching Ryan McNaughton aboard, a Wrangler stepping out. Really going to be clean in the field. It's going to be a 769 for Ryan McNaughton and Wrangler stepping out. It is a 70.5, a 70.5 from judge number 1. Judge number 2 is going to be a 70 even. 73 on your time score for a total of 213.5 for Ryan McNaughton and a Wrangler stepping out, hip number 64. 66, Brayden Duckett and Brett Buss on Oh Yeah, She's Hired. 5-year-old mare. 5-year-old sorrel mare owned by Brayden Duckett, ridden today by Mr. Brett Buss. Of course, you heard me bragging on the Play Gun bred mare, and here she is. They are the 7 and 04. 7 and 04 going to be a 74 from judge number 1. A 74 going to be a 74 as well from judge number 2. Going to be a 73 on your timed score. It's going to be a 221. 221 for Brett Buss, and Oh Yeah, She's Hired. Hip number 66. Here is hip number 67. We're going to be watching Valley Robles on Connie Cassidy's Sultan Valentino, another horse we watched all through the healing. We're now on the 5 round in the heading. A 6-year-old gelding. Yes, sir. It's going to be a 7 and 6-0, 7 and 6-0. Judge number 1's giving us a 70.5, a 70.5. Judge number 2 is going to be a 70 even. 70 even with a 73 on your timed score for a grand total 214.5 for hip number 67, Sultan Valentino. We're on to 68. Here be Clint Buehler and Shannon Boones. Walter and Clint Buehler, Nanton, Alberta. And that's how it's done. It's a 639, 6 and 39. We're looking at a 75.5, a 75.5 from judge number 1, 75.5 from judge number 2, 74 on your timed score with a 225, 225. Nice job there by Clint Buehler and Shannon Boones. We're over to 69. Here be hip number 69. We're going to watch Dawson Graham aboard Buck Naked. Here's the Nixter son coming to us from Chelsea Dreger and Greg Crothers, Verdun, Manitoba. Just a 5-year-old. Well, you talk about versatile bloodlines. There's proof right there. It's going to be 794 with a 73 from judge number 1. 73.5 from judge number 2. 73 on your timed score for a total of 219.5, 219.5 for Dawson Graham on Buck Naked, hip number 69. Hip number 70 brought to us by Von Warken, Kyle Wilson aboard a Step in Small Town. Here's Apollo, 4-year-old incentive gelding right here. Again, we were talking about this pedigree a little bit earlier on, going back to new checks to cash. Step in Small Town. Yes, sir. They're going to be a 6 and 5-0, 6 and 5-0 in the field. 75.5, 75.5 from judge number 1. 74.5 from judge number 2. 74 on your time score for a total of 224. 224 for Step in Small Town, hip number 70. We're going to go to 71. 71, Tayl Fueling's back with a 5-year-old gelding owned by Gina Fueling. Here's Blazing a Sunfrost. They call him Einstein at home. Just a 5-year-old. Well, it's going to be a 7-7-4, 7-7-4 in the field with a 74 even from judge number 1. 74 even. 74.5 from judge number 2, and a 73 on your timed score. Going to be a total of 221.5. 221.5 for Blazing Sunfrost, hip number 71. We're on to 73. Here's Caleb Fawcett, Stettler, Alberta. Walkaway Thief, as we've been watching here in the heading portion of the Fall Classic. Just a 5-year-old. Just a 5-year-old in that Dash to Fame bred gelding. Well, way to cowboy up and go get him there. 881, 881. It's going to be a 74 from judge number 1, a 74. 73.5, a 73.5 from judge number 2. Your time is going to be a 72 on the scorecard. 219.5, 219.5 for Caleb Fawcett and Walkaway Thief. We're on to 74, hip number 74. Kale Peterson, BSR Eagle. Here's a 4-year-old incentive gelding as well. Well, we got a barrier in there, but it's going to be a 6-49, 6-49 plus a barrier. It's going to be 73 from judge number 1, a 73. 73.5 from judge number 2. 64 on that time score. Going to be in total 210.5, 210.5 for Kale Peterson and BSR Eagle. Well, I do believe that concludes the heading division of the Fall Classic Rope Horse Futurity. Give us a moment. We're going to tabulate some scores.